Hello, my name is Leah Sugarman. Welcome to your leg stretch. So begin today's practice in a tabletop position on all fours. And then walk your hands forward about 1 palm's distance. Spread your fingers wide and evenly spaced between them and root down into all 4 corners of your palms. Gently grip at the mat with your fingertips. Ground down against your hands, tuck your toes underneath, and lift your knees off the floor as you stretch your sit bones high up toward the sky. Now you're welcome to keep your knees bent as little or as much as you would like to here. Ground down into your palms, stretch up through your sitting bones, and lengthen your whole back body. Relax the weight of your head and neck. Now on an inhale, bend deeply into your right knee and stretch and straighten your left leg as much as you comfortably can. Exhale, bend your left knee deeply and stretch and straighten your right leg as much as you comfortably can. Inhale, bend your right knee, straighten your left. Exhale, bend your left knee and straighten your right. Now continue to move just like this. Follow your own rhythm of breath. You can move as slowly or as quickly as you would like to here. Take one more breath, bending each knee one more time. And then when you're ready, find your way back into your neutral down dog position. You're welcome to have your knees bent or straight. Find the position that feels best for you right now. On an inhale, look forward between your hands and take a big step to place your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Now, if it doesn't make it all the way up there, you can literally pick it up and place it there. Soften your back knee down toward the floor and elongate the crown of your head forward in space. Sink the weight of your hips toward the mat. From here, turn to face your torso toward the right and rest your right hand onto your right thigh. You're welcome to have your left palm flat against the floor. You could be up on fingertips or on a fist or up onto a prop if you'd like, as you spiral and rotate your whole torso toward the right. Now from here, bend into your back knee and draw your heel in towards your seat. Now you could stay here just like this, or you could reach around with your right hand, and you could either loop a towel or a yoga strap around your back foot, or you could catch a hold of the foot itself and gently draw your heel in towards your seat. Continue to lean the weight of your torso forward. Relax the weight of your hips toward the floor so that you roll off of your kneecap and toward the front of your thigh. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale very gently and slowly, release your back foot down toward the floor, unwind your twist, and walk your right foot in toward the center of your mat. Place it between your palms. Now rise up high onto your fingertips or props, and then lean the weight of your hips back so that you can start to straighten and extend your right leg. Lift your right toes off the floor and point them up toward the sky, and walk your hands or your props in closer toward your body. Now you're welcome to keep your right knee bent as much as you'd like to, or if it feels appropriate, you can start to slide your right heel forward and straighten your leg as much as you'd like. Root your right heel down into the floor and energetically slide your heel toward the back of your mat. With the same energy, slide your back knee forward in space towards your right heel. Inhale, elongate your spine, and you're more than welcome to stay here or lead with your chest and hinge from your hips to dive forward over your front leg. Notice where you might feel sensation of stretch. And just pay attention to this area. Give it some gentle love as you breathe into the opening. If you fold it forward, inhale to slowly rise back up. Bend deeply into your right knee as you exhale. Plant your foot to the floor. Plant your palms to the floor, framing out your front foot. Tuck your back toes underneath and lift your hips up high into downward facing dog. Now again, you're welcome to have your knees bent or straight. Find the position that feels best for your own body. And then inhale, look forward between your hands and take a big step to place your left foot on the outside of your left hand this time. Again, you can always pick your foot up and place it there. Soften your back knee to the floor and elongate your spine forward in space. You're welcome to be up on your fingertips, up on props, on your fists. Find a position that works for you. Soften the weight of your hips down. And then spiral and turn your whole torso toward the left. Rest your left hand onto your left thigh and continue to spin and open your chest toward the left side of your mat. From here, bend into your back knee and draw your heel towards your seat. Keep the weight of your hips relaxing forward and down. And you could stay like this, or you could reach your left arm back behind you, maybe loop a strap or a towel around your back foot, or you could catch a hold of the foot itself and gently draw your heel in towards your seat. Again, continue to lean your weight forward and down so that you're not directly on your back kneecap, but you're rolling forward onto the top of your thigh. Just observe where you feel sensation of stretch and visualize sending breath to that space. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale very slowly and mindfully, lower your back foot down to the floor. Unwind the twist in your torso. Release your left hand down to the floor and heel ball toe your left foot in toward the midline of your mat. Rise up onto props, fingertips or fists if you're not there already. And then lean the weight of your hips back to align over your right knee. And then flex into your left ankle, point your toes up toward the sky, and walk your props or your hands in closer towards your body. Again, you're welcome to keep your left knee bent as little or as much as you'd like, or you can slide your left heel forward and straighten your leg. Root your left heel down firmly into the floor and energetically slide your heel toward the back of your mat. With the same amount of energy, energetically slide your right knee forward toward the top of your mat so you magnetize your legs toward each other. Keep this much action in your legs as you inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. And you could stay here or lead with your chest and hinge from your hips to dive forward over your front leg. Keep magnetizing your legs toward each other. Continue to root your left heel down into the floor. And without movement, energetically drag it toward the back of your mat. Observe wherever you might feel sensation of stretch. And just surrender into that opening. If you folded forward, inhale to slowly rise back up. And exhale, bend deeply into your left knee, plant your foot to the floor. Release your hands to frame out your front foot. Tuck your back toes underneath. Lift your back knee up off the floor, and this time step your right foot forward to the top of your mat. Let your feet be roughly hip distance apart, and fold the weight of your upper body forward and down over your legs. So you can have your arms just dangling toward the floor. Maybe you'd like to catch a hold of opposite elbows and soften the weight of your upper body forward and down. Maybe you'd like to rest your hands onto props or onto your legs. Maybe they reach down to the floor. So find a position that feels comfortable for you to relax and release the weight of your upper body down. Let your head hang heavy. And you're more than welcome to bend your knees as little or as much as you'd like to here. Ever so slightly lean the weight of your body forward toward your toes. And notice where you might feel sensation of stretch. And imagine you could send your breath wherever it's needed right now. Take a long, deep inhale. And a full, deep exhale. And then slowly release your hands down toward the floor if they're not there already. Bend your knees as much as you'd like to. And then heel ball toe your feet out as wide as your mat. Turn your heels in and your toes out, and then bend your knees really deeply to sink your weight down into a squat. So you're more than welcome to sit onto a prop here. You're welcome to widen your feet apart from each other to make this more comfortable. You could always just be up on your toes. So find a position that feels comfy for you here, and then either rest your hands down to the floor or draw your palms to meet in front of your heart. Ever so slightly press your upper arms out against your inner legs and use the same amount of energy to press your inner legs against your upper arms. Sink the weight of your tailbone toward the floor and stretch the crown of your head toward the sky. Notice where you might start to feel some sensation here. You maybe want to wiggle around a little bit, sway your hips from side to side. Just pay attention to any sensations you feel within your legs. And visualize sending your breath into that space. Now, if you're sitting on any props, you can release them from underneath you. If your hands are lifted, you can release them to the floor. And then slowly lower your seat all the way down to the mat and turn to face toward the long edge of your mat. Open your legs out wide into a V shape. And as always, you could elevate your hips by sitting up onto props. Any props will do. You could sit onto blocks, books, rolled up towels, blankets, or pillows. You could also slide any props you'd like underneath your knees. Your knees can be bent as much as you'd like to. If it feels good for you, you could straighten your legs. So find a position, as always, that feels really cozy and comfortable for you. And then ground down into your heels, activate your feet, spread your toes, feel your legs get really strong and active, and take your fingertips back behind your hips. Root down into your hands, they could rest on props or the floor, and lift up tall through your back body. So as you root down and rise up, notice how your pelvis tilts a little bit forward in space. And just notice how this might change sensation within the stretch already. Keep your legs strong and active. Root your heels down into the floor. You have the option to stay here just like this, or if it feels appropriate for you, you may wish to walk your hands forward in space and lead with your chest. Keep that tilt in your pelvis as you fold forward over your legs. Now you're welcome to rest over props. You're welcome to rest on your forearms or rest your head onto a prop or toward the floor. Wherever you choose to be, just keep the activation in your legs. Keep that tilt of your pelvis turning forward and elongate the crown of your head toward the top of your mat. Notice where you feel sensation of stretch. And just visualize your breath entering the space where you feel the most sensation. Your feet folded forward, inhale to slowly rise back up. Wherever you are, catch a hold behind your knees to gently bend into your knees. Come back into any comfortable seated position and just bring your awareness down into your legs. Notice any changes, any subtle openings or release that you might feel there. I hope that your legs feel a little bit more open, more relaxed, more released now that you've done this short little practice. Thank you so much for practicing with me.